This is where we anchored last night. What's that called? Waterfall anchorage?
Yeah.
So we were in there where the waterfall was, but there was no cell service. So we came out here a little bit just to be. This is the Tennessee River still. We're gonna backtrack about 2 or 3 miles and then turn on to the Tennessee Tombigbee River, which goes south. Because up till now we've been traveling south on a northbound flowing river.
We're in Mississippi right now.
Yeah, right now we're in Mississippi. If we
Alabama.
went all the way over there, that would be Alabama. And then we're going to go kind of through Mississippi, and then halfway down we'll be back in Alabama. But we're going to leave Alabama for a while. Technically, we haven't been in Alabama, so we're not counting it.
You say happy birthday to Luke.
Oh yeah, and a shout out
Shout out.
to Luke for his birthday.
Happy birthday, Luke.
It was a surprise.
Love you.
So we're going to talk about Luke and
22 years.
some of the things that we can remember.
Over the 22 years.
Because we were talking about what we're going to do for Luke's birthday. So I thought we should make a video and talk about Luke. So that's what we're going to do.
Hi, Luke.
And Grammy and Grampy are probably there, and Morgan and Abe and whoever else on Board Agape's watching this. There's 77 subscribers.
But only 14 people actually watched.
Only
the
14
videos.
people, and if you take away Luke's and Grammy and Grampy watching, that's probably 12 people are going to see this. So.
So we need to get started because there's a lot.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a long one.
So get some popcorn.
So we started jotting down some ideas and things that we remembered. And I remember he was late.
Very.
A couple weeks.
2 weeks.
I remember going for the CAT scan, not the CAT scan, the
Ultrasound.
ultrasound, and his head was so big it had to take 2 ultrasounds because it wouldn't even fit on the screen. So he had a big head. And then the thing I remember most is when he was born, how big his toe was. He had a huge big toe, just like my big toe. And I remember seeing that big toe, and I was like, that's a huge big toe.
Still has a big toe. Big toe.
What else?
Big feet.
He's got big feet.
Barefoot running.
We're not to that yet.
Oh. Born during Hurricane Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting. Loved his binky.
Loved his binky.
Morgan, not so much.
Morgan wouldn't even take it,
She
but
spit
Luke
it out.
loved his
Luke
binky.
loved his binky.
You remember this, Luke?
Claw.
Playing the claw.
Loved the claw. And Baby Mo.
Baby Mo. Race car bed.
Had to have Baby Mo to go to sleep.
Do you remember your red race car bed, Luke? What else? SpongeBob.
Love SpongeBob.
We got rid of gun in the Krabby Patty in the plate and the and the good guys. Um, mm, mm.
Let's see, what else did we write down that we remembered? Losing his teeth.
I lost 4 teeth.
Which one did you just lose?
This one right here.
How old are you?
6.
Learned to swim really early. About the time he learned to walk. We took him to the YMCA for
Yeah.
a class, and they basically said, you know,
Blow in his face.
blow in his face, dunk him. So that's what we started doing. Started dunking him. Then the stop motion. Remember that? When he was really young when he got into like
Matchbox cars.
Matchbox
knowing all of
cars.
the names of all the cars.
yeah, and like later we'll talk about Need for Speed, but he used to memorize all the statistics on the cars for Need for Speed. It's crazy. And the same thing with Matchbox cars. Loved Legos. I don't know if you remember, Luke, we made that Matchbox car video on the counter where the car kind of drove around and then fell off.
He remembers.
Maybe not.
I don't know where it is.
Then we did
You might have
Legos. And then the oldest video I have on YouTube was
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. What's that called? Well,
It's a video game.
he's yelling it now.
Yeah.
Rock Band.
Rock Band.
Rock Band. What else?
Lots of transitions of video games.
Loved video games.
I think GameCube was the first.
GameCube was the
one
first,
You had, we think.
and I didn't let him play it, but I would let him watch because I bought the Tom Clancy Splinter Cell for myself because it was fun, and he would watch me.
And then he got Super Mario Sunshine and. was
Oh, he
addicted.
started playing Super Mario Sunshine, and he probably won't remember this because he'll block it out. But he used to come to me and ask me to get him through levels.
Yeah. But he would just run around as
That's true.
Mario. It was fun.
R.B. Hunt.
Well, he went to speech therapy.
First time, kindergarten,
Now,
pre-K.
yeah. Well, it was before kindergarten.
He couldn't say his R's, and everybody thought it
Logan.
was so cute.
It was cute.
Mogan.
They fixed it.
She fixed it. Yeah, R.B. Hunt did
It
something.
was a great experience.
Great public education we have.
Would he call it on his webpage now? Indoctrination.
Indoctrination,
of-
yeah. I remember driving him to R.B. Hunt, dropping him off with his backpack.
Sometimes riding bikes.
Sometimes he'd ride bikes.
He was always a walker because we lived too close.
Too close, couldn't ride the bus.
So we had to either pick.
Always great. He got spanked. We did not spare the rod.
Only a couple times.
No, he got spanked more than a couple times.
Okay, a couple few.
Like the time where Morgan was standing on the towel in the playroom.
She was little.
She
Just
was
learning to stand.
she was just
probably.
standing up and like doing this. And Luke looked down at the towel and then looked at Morgan balancing, and he went over, grabbed the towel and pulled it.
She just went.
Morgan went
Wow.
right on her head.
No,
Man.
one other time. She
No, I
was-
spanked him a bunch.
No, I was gonna say
Oh.
one more story.
Where he abused Morgan.
She was standing at the sliding glass door.
Again, she was
open,
learning to walk. And
She
she
was-
was balancing, holding on to the door
and
handles.
he just went. Boosh.
He came running through the kitchen and shoved her face first out the
She
door
survived.
onto the
She turned out. okay.
concrete.
Trampoline in the backyard.
Trampoline in the backyard.
Lots of jumping. Lots of energy out, which was a godsend. Flips. Learned how to do a back flip, front flip.
Did flips. Some of the stuff he had that he liked. Remember his workbench that he had?
He had a little plastic workbench.
Little plastic hammer. He was really
tool
cute.
belt.
Yeah.
And then it turned into driving the lawnmower around.
I remember Luke was driving the riding mower. I was working at Good News. And Jim Bodman started screaming because Luke was driving the mower by himself.
Not OSHA certified.
No, that wasn't
Behavior.
OSHA. That was a different guy.
Oh, that was across the street.
Yeah, Bodman is now gone.
But he yelled at us a bunch for
Yeah,
doing
so
other
yeah,
stuff.
he yelled at us for this,
Yeah.
how we raised our kids, which is always good when total strangers help you raise children. So yeah, he rode the mower, and when his feet could reach the pedals, he started mowing the grass too. Let's see, Disney. Spent a lot of time going to Disney. Not so much the parks.
Fort Wilderness camping.
Camping.
Character breakfast.
Oh, he was so afraid. He cried one time.
Then he was okay after a little while. We would take him and he liked the characters.
Yeah, he was like
but
eating his
little, he
pancakes, and somebody came up behind him, and he turned around and freaked him out.
And that's
started
where he
crying.
learned to ride his ripstick.
That was a little bit
campground.
later, but
That was
yeah.
later.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that, Luke. I used to ride my bike and hold your hand, and you would hold my hand and kind of ride behind me on the ripstick. Huh. Oh, the water slide. We would park, pool hop, and go to pools, and this had a long, dark, black
I think that
hole
was that
water slide,
pirate one.
and it went over like another walkway in a pool, and it was dark, and he was afraid. But it was kind of like teaching him to swim. I just gave him a push,
And then he wanted to do it again.
screamed all the way down until he got to the end, and he's like, "I want to do it again. I want to do it again."
And then sure.
Last one. I let go a little.
How old are you, Morgan?
4.
You like Heelys?
Yes.
Is your big brother helping you?
Come on. Give me skateboarding.
Oh, wow.
Good Big Brother.
And
They
then,
were
I don't know how we
really fun.
came up with it. We got that half pipe or quarter pipe.
Yeah.
So, or they were 2 quarter pipes, I think.
No, just one.
Was it one? And I thought, let's tie a rope to the tree, like we had the dog's leash. And that's how he would do it. So he didn't crack his head open. That worked out pretty good. Go for it. You barely touched the tree. Scalloping was always making videos. Scallops.
Scallops. Speaking of scalloping.
We just had scallops for dinner tonight.
Scallops. Scallops. Scallops.
Gotta get that angle.
You're like a hunter-gatherer. Turn it around.
Sit closer. Oh, the other way.
Nice.
Turn him. Turn it.
Learned to scuba dive in the pool.
It's always in the pool.
Him and Morgan both.
He would sit at the bottom of the pool with holding a scuba tank.
And just breathing.
I'd be like, is he okay? He'd be down there for like 20 minutes. I think you were like 3, Luke.
And then not only would he do that, but he would buddy breathe. We
Yeah.
would share the regulator. And then he started breathing through a shirt like Aquaman. You remember doing that, Luke? You would take your shirt, capture the air in it, and go underwater and breathe the air that your shirt trapped. Crazy.
Gamble Rogers.
Gamble Rogers. That was probably the highlight of his
iPhone.
life.
At one time, you were obsessed with iPhones. That
Driving to
was
school.
around Gamble Rogers' time.
I had an Android. He had an iPhone, and he would just talk about how great the iPhone was, how sleek it was.
So this is a show we're doing. It's called
Ready for the show?
Los Cumpleaños Pantalones.
The birthday pants? Luke!
Forward roll. The sideward roll. There you go. Forward roll.
Surfing, water skiing,
Boating, the beach.
Boating, the
lots
beach.
of time spent there.
before seasickness.
Even water skiing.
Remember the time he threw up on the boat? We went offshore to fish. As soon
Lots of times.
as we stopped anchor, he started getting sick. So we ran him back to Volano Beach, and as soon as he got on the beach, he threw up Nutella and chocolate milk and toast.
Probably wasn't a good idea before going boating.
It was all brown Nutella on the beach.
Bad parents.
Yeah. Water skiing.
Oh, music.
Dubstep. He was.
I'm glad you're past that stage.
He was in a dubstep, and then he had a rap stage. Remember the rap stage? Oh gosh, I never could understand why white kids listen to rap. Oh, this is going on the internet. Oh well. Let's see. Oh, the town car and Wendy's.
Driver's license,
Driver's license, driving to Wendy's.
black town car.
The black Lincoln town car. The Hoopty Mobile.
1990 something.
Yeah, it was a nice car.
That was featured in your group you
Mm.
formed, the HW.
And then getting rid of your driver's license, and
Okay.
then wanting it back, and then getting rid of it again, and then getting it back because you moved and needed it. So that was crazy. Wendy's. Oh, and what was the little thing that we get from Wendy's?
The key card,
The key cards.
Frosty.
Key cards.
Frosty. I don't know if that's what it's called. You get a free Frosty. They were
Skipping,
like gold.
skipping college.
Yep.
Not like skipping class, but skipping it all together.
Graduated high school.
Did graduate high school. Proud of you.
He didn't want to go to the graduation.
Did he go?
He went only because
We forced him.
I asked him
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Sometimes you
He
got to
did
do
not
things
wanna
you don't
go.
want to do.
Thank you for going.
And then started buying gold and silver, and
Okay, you're gonna skip college, New York.
well, he started buying gold and silver before
Okay.
he went to New York. Didn't he?
Internship. I don't know.
Yeah, the internship
Turned into a job. Edit one.
turned into a job, and moved to New York. I was really impressed. He went all the way to New York
His own place.
and moved to New York. And actually,
19 years old.
he didn't know how to drive from our house to the high school because he would get lost. And yet he walked to work in Manhattan.
Took a bus.
Took a bus.
Lincoln Tunnel.
Amazing.
Now he's back in St. Augustine.
Back in St. Augustine.
Thankfully. Glad you're back there, Luke.
Well, it's been a long video, but we hope it was worth it. And we love you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
22. I know birthdays aren't a big thing for you, but for us it was a big day.
This was really enjoyable remembering all the little things. So we love you, Luke.
Love you.
That didn't stop it. I can stop it and edit.